Cannetella is the rare fairy tale that does not have its princess get married into a happily ever after situation. So hello to my perpetually single folk, hello to folks who think marriage is bullshit, hello to mine aces and mine arrows. This may be the princess for you. Fucked up fairy tales with Liz. Ding! There once was a lovely young princess named Cannetella. She was, according to the fairy tale, a buxom and towering beauty. And we stan a large princess. The king was keen on getting her married. He was much more excited about it than Cannetella herself was. So daughter, let's dish. What kind of man you looking for? A smarty pants or a dumbass? A college kid or an older man? Fat, thin, tall, short? Cat person, dog person, bird person? What's with the third degree? I just love weddings. I don't even care who the guy is. It is daughter's choice. Aw, Dad, that's so nice. Here's the thing. I choose no one. What? I'm not interested in marriage. Break your father's heart, why don't you? Ah, jeez. All his life a man cares for his child, eager for the day he gets to walk her down the aisle to the man she loves. And now my own daughter denies me this. Fine, I'll start seeing potential suitors, I guess. But I have high standards. The guy's gotta be a real superstar, a stand-out contender. The king committed himself entirely to finding Cannetella the perfect husband. He literally perched himself at the window to study every man that passed by. And when he'd find one who he considered above the cut, they would wine him and dine him to see if Cannetella liked him. So, how'd you like that hottie with a body from last week? Ugh, the one that chewed with his mouth open and hid whatever he spit out under the tablecloth? Ugh, disgusting. Then how about that pretty boy from last night? Are you forgetting when he demanded multiple servants just to take off his cloak? No, thanks. Damn it, honey, you're just making up excuses. Gross table manners and being a pompous ass are both good excuses. Then give me specifics, daughter. What kind of man should I find for you? You want specifics? I'll give you specifics. I will marry no man unless his head is made of gold, down to the teeth. The king made a proclamation to the whole kingdom in order to find this gold-headed, gold-toothed suitor. He promised this potential golden boy not only his daughter, but his kingdom. And in his zeal, the king forgot to consider his mortal enemy. The evil wizard, Fioravante. To trick my nemesis of old, let's turn this noggin into gold. Goldfinger! Fioravante began to hang out by the castle in his golden disguise. When the king saw the man with his golden head, he called to Cannetella excitedly. Holy shit! How is this even possible? Did I make him? Am I magic? Hey there, good golden fellow! If you're interested, you are my daughter's perfect match! I can send you home with servants, riches, and my daughter herself this very day if you want it. Honestly, I'm pretty well off in both supplies and fortune. Whenever I'm low on cash, I just chip off a literal pound of flesh. But I'd happily take a wife. Unfortunately for Cannetella, life with the evil magician was not going to be as golden as his face. As soon as the newlywed couple got to Fioravante's estate, he showed her not to the honeymoon suite, but to the stables. You're shacking up next to that horse over there. I'm off to my second home. It's a 7-year journey there and back. And while I'm gone, you're to stay put here. I don't want you going out or receiving visitors. And if I hear you have disobeyed me, you will pay for it dearly. How am I to survive in here? Eat whatever the horses leave behind. I don't give a fuck. Yikes. Considering how feisty Cannetella is at the beginning of the tale, it's curious that she submits so quickly to her evil husband's wishes. Maybe his supernatural appearance freaked her out? Anyhow, she spent the next days miserable, cold, and starving, with only the horses for company. The horses were mysteriously or magically taken care of, but no one else showed up, and no one looked after the princess. A few months into her imprisonment... Cannetella saw through a hole in the stall that there was a gorgeous orchard on the other side. A bunch of delectable grapes hung nearby, and Cannetella found them too tantalizing to resist. "There's been no one here for months, and I'm starving! Who the hell is going to tell him if I help myself to the fruit here and there? The horses?" Now, Fioravante returned home much earlier than he claimed he would. He didn't catch Cannetella sneaking out for fruit snacks, but he didn't have to. "The girl's been sampling from the garden on the reg." "Fucking narc! No one eats my tasty grapes and lives to tell the tale." "Oh, please, you must forgive me. The hunger drove me mad enough to disobey you." "All right, I'll let you live this time. Besides, I'm off again. You know the drill. Stay in the stable, eat the horses' crumbs, don't have any visitors, yada yada yada. You'll be severely punished if you disobey, yada yada yada. The horses are watching, yada yada yada." Poor me. If only I had been less picky, and followed my father's guidance, and married that guy that chewed with his mouth open. Do you hear me, whoever is listening? Listen to your mother and father. Don't be like Canatella. Talk about an overwrought and completely unfair moral. Canatella remained neglected and wasting away for much of a year. Thankfully, she was about to meet her savior. And it was, drumroll please, the king's locksmith. His what? The locksmith was passing by the stable where Cannetella was being kept, and she frantically waved him down. "Sir, it is I, the princess!" "You're not the princess. The princess is a voluptuous beauty. You are a ghost of a woman." "Yeah, asshole, I've been surviving for years on a diet of nothing more than crumbs of corn and oats. It's me, all right. I'll get you a nice reward if you break me out of here." So the locksmith did just that, stowing Cannetella away in an empty cask he had on his cart. They arrived at the king's castle in the middle of the night and made enough of a commotion that the king agreed to receive them. But he also didn't recognize the princess, which is much more embarrassing considering she is his own flesh and blood. "You're not Cannetella." "Oh my god, Dad!" "Cannetella is a curvaceous Amazonian brick house. You are Kate Moss on the cover of Glamour, wearing the latest low-rise jeans and poisoning the minds of young teens everywhere. I lived with you for 18 years. Oh look, that mole on your arm. That proves it. That proves it? Honey, what the hell happened to you? That golden ass happened to me. Don't make me go back there, Dad. I'd rather be the lowliest servant here than a wife there." The king thankfully did not put Cannetella to work. He hid her away in a tower, letting her rest up after her ordeal. But Fioravante was already hot on her tail. His bitch horse guard had narked again, and the magician began lurking around the king's castle. He paid an old woman to spy and find out where Cannetella was being hidden. She brought him up to a rooftop where they saw the princess in the window of the tower drying her hair. "Baby, baby, when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, it was gone with the wind, but..." Luckily, Cannetella's spidey sense tingled. She looked across the way and made eye contact with Fioravante, whose golden head was probably beaming in the sunlight like a malevolent lighthouse. "Father, that bastard has found me! Hide me in a chamber locked with 7 iron doors, or I am done for!" The demand was instantly met, and Cannetella was hidden away once more. Fioravante made use of the old lady spy again. This time they used the old peddler trick. She got herself in there as if to sell makeup to Cannetella. Never trust the Avon lady! And Fioravante had given the old woman a slip of paper to hide in the princess's bedclothes. The paper was enchanted to put the entire household to sleep except for the princess. This was the magician's first mistake. If she was asleep too, it would have been very easy to kidnap her. Anyway, while the rest of the house dozed off, Fioravante began knocking down iron doors. And no one could hear her screams. The magician was so eager to get Cannetella back, he scooped her up, bedclothes and all. And that was his mistake number 2. For that enchanted slip of paper fluttered from out of the bedclothes, and the curse was broken. The entire household now heard Canetella's horrified cries, and every single one of them rushed to her aid. They grabbed a hold of the magician, and they pinned him to the ground.
So, Your Majesty, you really think you can get rid of me with might alone? I've got magic on my side, and I will haunt your dreams, you ludicrous piece of— Carve him up like a candied ham.
Wait! And so they did. And that, my friends, is where the tale ends. No prince swoops in at the last minute for a happily ever after. So you can write your own epilogue for good old Canatella. I like to think that since there's no mention of a mother or wife in the tale for Canatella, that the king is single and Canatella talks him into getting remarried so he can just enjoy his own fucking wedding. And then she just spends the rest of her life as an independent lady who hates horses and enjoys drying her hair, I guess? Let me know in the comments how you hope life turns out for the princess. Thank you so much to It's Serona11 for requesting that tale and introducing me to it. I love to read another Giambatista Basile tale, cause man, those Italian tales are always a fucking wild ride. And I'll see you for the next fucked up fairy tale.